My name is peterochu. Yeah, I believe in herbal medicine. I believe in the way of nature. I believe that we can actually remedy most of our health challenges through natural provisions of God. Now, I'm looking at the subject ulcer, and I want us to look at it together this afternoon. Now, what I want to talk about ulcer is it touches me when people complain about ulcer. I don't know, maybe you're listening to me right now and you're also suffering from this ailment. For me, I see ulcer as a great nuisance. Now, you have a lot of symptoms, when you have ulcer. And one of the symptoms is, of course, you have, heartburn. That is the most common symptom or sign that people have when they have ulcer. Now, most of the people that suffer from ulcer, you see them complaining about having ulcer for 5 years, 10 years, number of years. And I begin to wonder. Now let's look at this ulcer itself. Now, ulcer literally is a wound, you understand. It all depends on where it is. It can be called an external ulcer, which is a wound on the surface of the skin. It can also be seen as something internal. It could be a stomach ulcer, it could be a peptic ulcer. Like I said, depending on where the wound is actually located. Now, is it really supposed to take us that long before we can cure this if it's just an ordinary wound? Now the answer is no. Now medically we have lots of lot of reports here and there that tells us how fast wounds can heal if all conditions remain the same. Yeah, I'm talking about all conditions because I know there are people who have diabetes and some other ailments that might want to stand against the normal process of healing and the duration that a body is supposed to heal up an ulcer or a wound. Now, for you out there who is having ulcer for a year, 2 years, 5 years, and all that, I want to pull your mind to something. Now, first of all, if we're going to talk about ulcer, two things are involved. From my studies, I've come to see that, first of all, we're dealing with the wound. So we're dealing with the healing of the wound. That also means we're dealing with the substance. I'm talking about natural medicine now. We're looking at natural things, or herbs rather, that will be able to enhance a more rapid, process in the healing process. Now, if we look at it, science will tell us we have to be looking at the way of zinc, the way of vitamin C, and the rest of them, that will really help build up, the body to actually recover from that wound. Now, but if that is the case, there's a natural process through which wounds heal. Naturally, you have a wound, and then after a while, you see the wound healing. You have all the necessary vitamins and minerals in your body that is supposed to enhance this, and they do their work as nature dictates to them, and then you are okay. But what about these cases where your ulcer have stayed for too long? Now, one of the things I've also discovered is the H. pylori. H. pylori is a bacteria that actually inhibits this wound, actually eats on them, feeds on them. I see them as parasites, that feed on this wound. Now, when this wound is infected, ulcer healing delays more than necessary. So I will put it to you directly that the reason why your ulcer have stayed for too long, beyond other cases, is because it has been infected by this H. pylori. Now, how do you deal with this H. pylori? What it means now, from what I have said, is that you need two things to cure your ulcer. One, you need something that will expedite the healing process to just make this wound, heal. And the second thing now is that you need something that will kill the H. pylori if it's actually infected. And I've told us one of the reasons why we know it's infected is when it begins to take too long. That is when you have ruled out other possibilities like when you have ruled out cases like diabetes, that, okay, you're not diabetic, and then your system is working well and should be able to allow wounds on your body to heal at the normal time. Now, you have two things. The wound got to heal, and then the H. pylori, Mr. H. pylori is there, is saying, I'm enjoying this wound, I'm really eating it up. And then the wound after time begins to bleed, and then you begin to cough, you begin to see blood, you begin to spit out blood and all that, and then you are alarmed. Fine. Now, what I want us to look at, first of all, is look at the possibility of nature taking care of this. Now, we have so many substances in nature that have zinc, that have magnesium, and the rest of those minerals and vitamins that are supposed to actually help in wound healing. Then aside that, we are now looking at this H. pylori. The H. pylori have to be taken care of by a natural antibiotic. You can call it probiotic or whatever. Now, from my research, I have seen that there are actually 4 items that can actually guarantee this. And that would be like looking at things like neem, looking at neem. Neem is one of the strong properties that, I mean, medicinal item that will be able to deal with the H. pylori. We also look at garlic. Apart from garlic, we also look the way of the cayenne pepper. I know when you talk about pepper in ulcer, people want to scream. I can understand. But of course, from my studies, I've learned that pepper may not necessarily cause ulcer, but of course will irritate your ulcer when you already have it. That is it. So we have these items actually that will be able to deal with this H. pylori, and then we have the natural food products that can also enhance our wounds, I mean the healing of our wounds, and make it faster. Now, apart from giving you this speedy recovery, these substances like the look at the what's it now? Something like the pumpkin seed. The pumpkin seed is also a very rich with zinc and very rich in magnesium. We have so many other items that we have put together to ensure that you get all that is needed to take care of yourself. We have produced this product over time. We have made our formulas and we've given this out. Now, in this formula, there's nothing orthodox about it. Everything about it is the natural thing. That, in fact, the food you eat, the very common food you eat, is what we have put together because we've seen what they contain, you know, the nutritional value, and we know that they are very, very effective when it comes to dealing with the H. pylori and also dealing with the ulcer wound. So get hold of this product and you say bye-bye to ulcer. We've done it over time, months, years. People have used a product. It is actually curative, very curative. Use a pack or two and we are done with ulcer, except if it's not ulcer. Yes, we've seen cases that look like ulcer and are not ulcer. But if indeed you have evidence to prove that what you have is ulcer, I challenge you to pick this pack. Just 3,500 naira a pack. You may have to repeat it depending on how chronic the ulcer is. For most people, that one pack does it for them. But for others, they might need more than a pack. You might need a pack or two, and that is okay. Join those who have used this pack. Join those who are sharing their testimonies and who are happy living a life free of ulcer. God bless you. I remain your friend, Peterochu. You can reach me on these numbers: 070-3355-9398. I go by the name of Nature's Incentive. Yes. I repeat the number again. 070-3355-9398. Write it down. Write it down. You may need it. You may need it. 070-3355-9398.